You're watching WKYT News at Noon.
And welcome back to WKYT. The search continues for a missing Kentucky mother. Crystal Rogers disappeared from Nelson County on July 3rd and hasn't been seen since. Today, family and friends held an event to make sure that Rogers' case is not forgotten. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is at the live desk now with our top story at 12:30. Michelle?
Crystal Rogers supporters came together today for a rally outside the Nelson County Justice Center. The hope is for the rally to bring more attention to Rogers' disappearance. The mother of 5 has been missing since July. The rally comes the day after Danny Singleton was arrested on 38 counts of perjury in connection to the case. Police say Singleton lied to investigators when questioned about Rogers' disappearance. Singleton is a longtime employee and friend of Brooks Houck. Houck was named a suspect in October to his girlfriend's disappearance. Also that month, Houck's brother Nick was fired from the Bardstown Police Department for interfering in the investigation. Crystal's father says his daughter was friends with Singleton, and he hopes the arrest will lead to some answers in the next couple of weeks.
My daughter, Crystal, went and picked him up when Brooks wouldn't go get him after work and took him home and took him places. You think he would have a heart for Crystal. I know I'll be happy when it's over, so we can have some kind of closure. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just hard on everybody.
Rogers was last seen alive by Brooks Houck on July 3rd. The Nelson County Sheriff says he does not believe Rogers is alive. At the live desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. And Singleton is in the Nelson County Jail on a $200,000 bond. He's back in court January 7th. 2 people are behind bars this midday accused of robbing a Lexington gas station overnight. Police say an armed man held up the speedway on Paris Pike around 3 o'clock this morning. Now, this is the same speedway that's been robbed 3 other times this week. But as WKYT's Mark Barber reports, police do not think the same men are responsible.
The speedway here on Paris Pike has been robbed so many times, some people who stop here for gas say they might start skipping it. While police say they are still searching for the man who robbed the gas station 3 times this week, they say they have arrested 2 men who robbed it this morning. The gas station has been targeted by robbers 4 times in just 6 days. That's concerning for police and people like Cynthia Fannin.
We could be in danger just pulling in at the wrong time. That's a big concern.
Officers tell WKYT these men hit the speedway around 3:15 this morning. Police say 31-year-old Joshua Rector robbed the clerk and then he drove off with 37-year-old William Riley. Officers patrolling the area tried to stop them. The police chase lasted 10 minutes and stretched 6 miles, ending on Cane Run. Police are still searching for this man. He's the robber who hit the speedway 3 other times this week, using a baseball bat, a knife, and a pipe.
I wouldn't have stopped here had I known.
The 2 men who were arrested this morning are charged with robbery, fleeing or evading police, and the possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Now, police say they increased their patrols in the area after the first 3 robberies happened, so that's why they were able to arrest the robbery suspects so quickly this morning. Nicholasville police are asking for help from the community identifying suspects using counterfeit money. One has been identified as Lloyd E. Welch, and 2 others have yet to be identified. Police say they're passing counterfeit money at busy stores. Police are hoping the surveillance footage will help identify and find the suspects in this case. Deputies have arrested 2 people suspected of dealing drugs. The arrest took place in Boyle County, both during traffic stops. As WKYT's Hillary Thornton shows us, the men are no strangers to authorities. That story is new at 12:30.
The Boyle County Sheriff's Office says 2 known drug dealers with lengthy lists of priors are once again behind bars thanks to some information received from neighboring Lincoln County. One of those arrests took place after a traffic stop here near the intersection of Duncan Hill and 2nd Street. That is where deputies stopped a vehicle seen leaving a cemetery on Duncan Hill. Once pulled over, deputies and a canine found 31 grams of crack cocaine and $1,000 in cash. The driver, 25-year-old Christopher Francisco, was arrested and charged with trafficking. Deputies say Francisco is someone they are familiar with, as he has been arrested for the same exact thing before, as well as wanton endangerment and fleeing police. Now, just before Francisco's arrest, deputies busted another known dealer thanks to that information from Lincoln County. This time, a traffic stop on West Jefferson found 7 grams of heroin, 5 grams of synthetic marijuana and other pills, as well as $2,000 cash, all in the possession of 24-year-old Ty Durham, a man deputies say was just paroled last month following a trafficking conviction last year.
He was delivering and selling the heroin, which is, become a horrible epidemic in our community and a lot of other communities. So, anytime we get information like that, we're trying to be pretty proactive and aggressive to see if we can get that stuff off the street.
Durham was sentenced to 6 years for that conviction last year. Deputies anticipate a parole violation to soon be added to this most recent list of charges. In Boyle County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you. Both tips came from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. Chief Deputy Robbins says they have a good working relationship with surrounding departments because many of the drug dealers cross county lines. The director of a Southern Kentucky animal rescue group was arrested this morning. Stephanie Fields is the director of Homeward Bound in Laurel County. She's accused of hoarding animals with more than 130 dogs and some that were in poor shape. Fields and her husband declined to talk about the allegations. A Lexington realtor accused of stealing jewelry from a home faces a new charge. The Herald Leader reports police arrested Glenn Bo Howell III on a new felony charge of receiving stolen property yesterday. Court documents allege Howell took a diamond ring from a home he was showing and sold it to Rosenberg Jewelers. Howell will be arraigned today. The initial case against him is headed to a grand jury. A crash in Carter County this morning left 2 people in the hospital. That crash happened about 7 a.m. at the 178-mile marker of I-64 just west of the Industrial Parkway. A tractor-trailer heading eastbound went through the median and over a car, injuring both drivers. We are not sure of their condition at this time. The road is expected to be closed another hour or 2. A new drug treatment center in Southern Kentucky is leaving out a popular drug used to fight opiate addiction. Dr. Daniel Mangiardo has leased the building on the old Sue Bennett College in London to set up LifeCore Recovery. The drug treatment center will not use Suboxone. Suboxone is widely used in Kentucky for opiate addiction, but critics, including Mangiardo, say Suboxone is adding to the state's drug epidemic, not helping it.
Addiction knows no bounds. It does not discriminate. It annihilates. Suboxone is a great drug used in the right situation, and for a small percentage of patients, it's very, very valuable. The problem is it's not the right medication for 100% of these patients.
Now tonight at 6, we take you to the new drug treatment center. Hear why Mangiardo says he's found the answer for those struggling with drug addiction, and hear from those who say Suboxone is the best treatment out there. A beanbag chair recall is being reissued over concerns the chairs are still being used. The original recall was issued after 3-year-old Mia Kylie Simmerman of Lexington and a 13-year-old boy from Texas died from climbing in the bags and inhaling the chair's foam beads. The chairs were sold from 1995 to 2013. Only 790 people have responded to the recall. Ace Bayou and the Consumer Product Safety Commission now asking consumers to call for a free repair kit that will permanently disable the zipper. Kentucky's job market is seeing some great improvement this year. November's unemployment rate has not changed from the 4.9% we saw in October, which includes a rise in employment by almost 4,000 people. Kentucky economists say the job market is effectively at full employment, and on average, Kentucky has added 3,000 jobs per month throughout the year.